Hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's currently 64 degrees. I'm Julia Fellow. Mostly sunny today, a high of 83 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 86. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a member of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers has died. Charlie Butch Moore was part of the franchise's one and only appearance in the World Series. On Brewers extra innings, former Brewers pitcher Jerry Augustine remembers his versatility.
He went from being a catcher to a right fielder and became a very, very good right fielder. We are all known from the time he threw out Reggie Jackson at third base in the playoffs. He was just one of those guys that you could always count on. You could always count him as a friend.
A native of Birmingham, Moore was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame and Milwaukee Brewers Wall of Honor. Brookfield Mayor Steve Ponto stepping away.
According to a letter shared Sunday by Brookfield Alderman Mike Hallquist, Ponto says personal issues may impair his ability to carry out the duties of mayor. The longtime mayor says he is taking a leave of absence until he can determine whether he is able to continue serving in the role. Ponto has been Brookfield's mayor since 2010, and Common Council President Gary McHorn is now serving as acting mayor. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
6 people were hurt, including 3 firefighters in a duplex fire in Green Bay. Crews were called to a home on Finger Road at about 2:15 yesterday afternoon.
2-story multifamily dwelling, smoke and flames showing all the plumbing rigs. There's 2 people on the 7th floor trapped at this time.
Firefighters rescued 3 adults from a second-floor window. 2 of the residents are hospitalized and in serious condition this morning. 3 firefighters were treated on scene for heat and smoke inhalation. 1 of them was rushed to the hospital. They say it was just a precaution. The fire leaves a total of 9 people displaced this morning. NASCAR mourned the death of legendary driver Kyle Busch at the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte last night. After being declared the winner of the race, Daniel Suarez wore a hat with Busch's number 8 on it and pointed to the sky. ABC's Allison Kasich.
Busch and his wife had struggles with fertility and started a charity that helped couples pay for IVF treatments. Some are now honoring his memory by donating to that cause.
Kyle Busch died from complications of pneumonia last Thursday. It progressed into sepsis, his family says. Authorities in Southern California are urgently trying to stop an overheated, pressured, and bulging tank filled with toxic chemicals from exploding in Orange County. ABC's Alex Stone.
Crews with the Orange County Fire Authority working through the night to stop a massive chemical tank from exploding, checking to see if some pressure has been released in hopes of avoiding a worst-case scenario. This comes after a specialized team was able to get close enough to that 7,000-gallon tank full of hazardous liquid Saturday night, finding a crack. More than 50,000 residents evacuated.
Mixed signals about the prospects of a deal to end the war with Iran. ABC News chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell has the latest from Tel Aviv.
President Trump now saying he's in no rush to reach a deal with Iran. Over the weekend, he first said a solution was largely negotiated. Trump now saying, I've informed my representatives not to rush into a deal. Both sides must take their time and get it right. And again, taking to social media this morning, saying the deal that he's proposing is much better than the one signed by President Obama. And this morning, a spokesman for Iran's foreign ministry echoing that, saying many of the issues have been dealt with, but that doesn't mean a signed agreement is imminent.
Coming up, Jordan Love can add a new title to his name. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:04.
At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. Wisconsin weather doesn't ease you into spring, it keeps you guessing. One day it's sunshine, the next it's wind, rain, or even snow. That's why your windows and doors have to handle everything in every season. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we design with that in mind. Built for durability, efficiency, and year-round comfort. And right now, we're making that comfort easier to afford. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade your home now and pay over time without even paying a dime in interest. From your free in-home consultation to expert installation, Pella's local team is with you every step, helping you find the right fit for your home, your style, and your budget. With 0% financing options available. Plus, with our 10-year limited warranty, you'll have peace of mind long after installation date. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-979-3535. That's 800-979-3535. 800-979-3535.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. After the Brewers lost against the Dodgers yesterday, 5-1, they're already on to the next team. They take on the Cardinals at home. First pitch is 1:10 this afternoon. And Packers quarterback Jordan Love and his wife Arnika welcomed a healthy baby girl into the world. They made their official announcement on Instagram Saturday. By the way, the Green Bay Packers' first preseason game is Thursday, August 13th. We're already counting down the days on the road against the Steelers. Let's take a look at your roads through WTMJ Time Saver traffic. There's a disabled car on the road at 4394 South, about a half mile from Beecher Street. It's stalled right now. Everything else looks clear. Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny today, a high of 83 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 86. Wednesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 65. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 72 degrees. And partly cloudy for your Friday with a high of 71 degrees. I'm Julia Fellow, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
This is Wisconsin's Morning News. In for Eric Bilstad and Vince Petrano, here's Libby Collins.
And a very good Monday, Memorial Day to you. We got Julia Fellow here today. We're going to check in with her in just a couple minutes. But we've also got our TMJ4 meteorologist, Brendan Johnson, joining us. And Brendan, good morning. It's been a while.
Yeah, good morning. It has been a while, Libby. And I also want to say hi to Julia, a fellow former coworker and Royal fan.
Oh, isn't she, though? She's taken her crown and she's walked out of the studio right now. Oh. But maybe we can get her back in here. But Brendan, everybody's wondering, Memorial Day, this is the holiday we've been waiting for months. Yes. It means winter's finally over, isn't it? I hope.
Yeah,
no more snow?
Yeah. At this point, I could say, Libby, it's looking pretty good. A lot of folks mark today as the unofficial start to summer, and it's actually going to feel like it. 80s.
Oh.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. Whoa. Lots of sunshine. I was doing some yard work over the weekend, just laid down some new sod, and I was out there just trying to get some, flowers planted, things watered. And the other big thing that we're kind of monitoring is, we just came off the wettest April on record in Milwaukee, and now we are dealing with one of the driest Mays on record. A little over 0.3 of an inch of rainfall. It's barely anything.
Which the aggravating part of that is, like you said, you just put sod in and flowers. I've been planting over the last week or two, and all I'm doing now is watering. And it's like, where did the rain go? Now, what about June? Does it look like we're going to get some of that back, or is it too soon to tell?
Well, a little too soon to tell. I mean, on average, we will pick up a couple inches of rain normally in June, but I'll tell you, the long-range computer models here, at least taking us through the first week of June, I've got a solid big H rolling into the Great Lakes and much of the Midwest. So high pressure is going to keep us dry. And the only chance of rain I have is, late tomorrow night into early Wednesday. We have this cold front that'll drop in from the north. We could have some spotty showers, maybe a rolling rumble of thunder, but I just don't think it's going to deliver us a lot of rain. A lot of us might wind up staying dry. So it looks like these dry conditions are at least going to last into the beginning part of June.
So it looks like get the hose and the sprinkler out. We're going to be doing a lot of watering.
I've been doing twice a day. I think I'm going to have to keep going and doing that. And especially when it gets this warm, Libby, I mean, 80s, you really got to be thorough with the watering. At least, later in the week, into the weekend, we'll back those highs at least into the low 70s, pretty much close to where we would be normally this time of year.
All right. So if you've got outdoor plans today, whether it's a picnic or a get together or a cookout, or maybe you're at the lake and you plan to take the boat out today, is it going to be a good day?
Perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better Memorial Day weather forecast. This is a little bit above normal. So we're looking at a high of around 81 degrees in the city, and then farther inland, mid 80s. And if that southwest breeze is going consistently, 10, 15 miles per hour, I think those mid 80s certainly could make their way to the lakefront. I am watching a few showers off to the west this morning. They are fizzling out as we speak. Maybe parts of Dodge and Fond du Lac counties get clipped by a shower, but that's about it. I think we see some scattered cloud cover here late morning, early afternoon from that, but no, it's the sunshine. It's the 80s today. So if you're marking today with a remembrance ceremony, spending time with family, friends, a cookout, heading to the lakefront, or even heading to Veterans Park just to kind of take in the sights of all those flags, you couldn't ask for better weather. It's a great day to do it.
What an amazing sight that is. If you haven't been near Veterans Park to see it, make it a point to get there today. TMJ4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson, it is always great to talk with you.
You too, Libby. Take care.
And thanks for the great weather.
You bet.
It's 8:12 right now on WTMJ, and on this Memorial Day, we're going to be joined by a Medal of Honor recipient, and he also is an advocate for veterans' health, and he has a very important message that he wants to share with you. That's going to be new at 9. We also are speaking with a member of a Racine County family who have been placing flags at the Rochester Cemetery every Memorial Day for the past 100 years. And it is quite an accomplishment what they do, and we're going to hear about that. Also, summer unofficially begins today, so we're going to let you know about Waukesha County beaches that you can visit. And we're also going to share some books you might want to take along for that beach read. Matt Miller's going to join us this morning, and he is really excited to tell us about summer blockbusters. And guess what? Jordan Love isn't the only one they're calling daddy these days. We'll let you know about that, too. Are you aware? There were a lot of kites on the lakefront this weekend, but are you aware that the EAA is bringing back a popular event that's been gone for more than a decade? We're going to tell you about that and how you can join them for it. Also, Schlitz is no more. But there is some data that says beer seems to be more popular than ever. And we're going to tell you all about it on this Memorial Day. And is it true, Isaac? Is it true that there might be a surprise guest stopping by sometime this morning before 10 o'clock? That's right.
I've heard it's a possibility.
Yeah, okay, well, we're just going to have to wait and see who that is. Also, we've got Julia Fellow in the newsroom, and I've got to get her back in here. She dodged out of here before I got a chance to talk to her, but we're going to be talking with her throughout the morning. Also, we've got Isaac here pushing buttons, and because it is Memorial Day coming up in just 2 minutes, I'm going to share, and it's not a complete list, but it's a lot of the events going on, what time the parades begin, and we're going to share all of that information with you right after this on Wisconsin Morning News. I'm Libby Collins, in for Eric and Vince on this Memorial Day morning.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it all when you shop at St. Vincent de Paul. Old things, new things here for you. We're always changing, we're always new. So many friendly people, smiles from wall to wall. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. You know, it's been more than 3 years since we got our garage door from J.D. Griffiths, and it still looks brand new. I'm telling you, it's quiet, it's smooth, and honestly, I didn't realize how much of a difference a quality door would make until we upgraded. J.D. Griffiths, they've been doing it for decades. They're local, trusted, and they handle everything. Try the website, jdgriffiths.com/WTMJ. Schedule your free consultation from J.D. Griffiths.
On this Memorial Day, as we honor our fallen heroes, there are a number of events going on throughout the area. Now, this is not a complete list, but it's some of the more interesting things that are taking place. And hopefully you still got time to get out to that. At Wood National Cemetery in Milwaukee, the Milwaukee American Legion Band is going to give a pre-ceremony concert that starts at 9 o'clock this morning before the official Memorial Day program begins at 9:25. Then also from 9 this morning until 3 this afternoon, they're playing Taps on the Hour at Wisconsin Memorial Park in Brookfield on Capitol Drive. There's also a military display there and a day full of other opportunities, all to honor our war dead. Now, at Forest Home Cemetery, that's on Forest Home around 2405, starting at 11 o'clock, their annual Memorial Day commemoration begins with a service at the chapel. There will then be a wreath-laying ceremony in the Garden of Honor. But throughout the day, there are going to be historians and reenactors telling stories about the various people who are in these grave sites. Are you aware that at Forest Home Cemetery, there are over 3,000 veteran graves, and they date back to the War of 1812. So that's going to be a really interesting place to be today. At Calvary Cemetery at 55th and Blue Mound, beginning at 10 a.m., they're having an outdoor Catholic Mass, and that's going to be followed by a Civil War event where the 1st Brigade Band is going to perform using vintage Civil War instruments. Then at West Lawn Memorial Park in Racine at 9:30, at the Garden of Valor, they're featuring patriotic music and a dove release, which I think is very fitting on this day. Now, there are a number of parades going on throughout the area. At 9 a.m., Cedarburg and Saukville parades kick off. Then at 9:30, West Bend parade starts. At 10 o'clock in Menominee Falls, Racine, Slinger, and Hartford, their parades all begin then. Then at 10:30, Elm Grove and Grafton's parades begin. And at noon today, the Watertown Parade kicks off. And that's going to be followed by the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall dedication that's taking place at 3 this afternoon, where there's also going to be an F-35 flyover. And speaking of 3 o'clock, are you aware at 3 o'clock today, Taps Across America takes place? And that is anyone can join in. Because at 3 o'clock today, they ask anyone who plays a musical instrument to play taps. It's only 24 notes. Most people know it if you play any instrument at all. And that's at 3 o'clock today. And there are a number of people throughout southeastern Wisconsin who are participating. But the wonderful thing about this is it's an American event that takes place throughout the country. So again, that's just a partial list of what's going on today. Hopefully you will get to one of those parades or memorial ceremonies at the various city halls and also the cemeteries around southeastern Wisconsin. I'm Libby Collins. It's 8:19. We have 56 degrees. And coming up next, we're going to be talking with a member of a family from Racine County who have faithfully placed American flags on veterans' graves for the last 100 100 years. It's a fascinating story, and we'll share it with you right after this on Wisconsin Morning News. It's the Memorial Day edition.
I'm Mark Olson with Redo Cabinets. Redo Cabinets is a family business serving homeowners for over 70 years. Now we're in Milwaukee and ready to share with homeowners the benefits of refacing and not replacing those old kitchen cabinets. At Redo Cabinets, we use premium cabinet facings made right here in the USA. You select from dozens of colors, styles, hardware choices, and accessories. And during our Memorial Day event, you could get big savings. 50% off installation of a kitchen remodeling project and a free sink and faucet. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. That's right, 2027. Incredible savings. Redo Cabinets, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us at redocabinets.com. That's redocabinets.com. Serving homeowners for over 70 years in Illinois and Wisconsin. Don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
Our children deserve a real chance in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we work to ensure there's a great Milwaukee school for every child, because a stronger future for our kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more, visit cityfordcollective.org.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Merkier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@wtmj.com for more information. john@wtmj.com.
Day 21, 57 degrees at WTMJ. Well, for 100 years, the Lockman family in Racine County have faithfully placed American flags on every veteran's grave in the Rochester Cemetery on Memorial Day. And joining us is a member of the third generation of this tradition, Patrick Lockman. And tell us how it all began, Patrick.
It started when our grandfather had come home. His name was Nicholas Francis Lockman, and he had fought in some of the most famous battles in World War I as a machine gunner. After the conclusion of the war and after the armistice had been signed, his battalion was sent to Germany to be part of the occupation troops to ensure that the treaty was being fulfilled. And he then came back in April, I think, of 1919. He helped establish the local American Legion. And it was a few years later, I think, after he got his life more established, and as the Eastman Schrader American Legion got more established also, that he first started putting the flags up in 1926. For context, the cemetery at that time was very close to where they lived. This was just over the hill, so to speak. So it wasn't a significant walk to it, but it was still a significant commitment to it.
These are veterans from every war, beginning with the War of 1812. How old is his cemetery?
Well, I'm not sure how old the cemetery is, but there are actually graves from American Revolutionary soldiers.
Really? So it goes back even further?
Yes, there are some.
So
there are a few.
So your grandfather started this, and what kind of commitment did he make? Was it something that he had just intended to do for a while? How did this carry on for the past 100 years?
There was a movement, and people around the U.S. started putting flags on all of the veterans' graves. And so it wasn't initially, I believe, unique to Rochester, but it was unique that our grandfather started putting them out. We're not sure if they were putting out by somebody else or if he initiated it, but he started in 1926. Because of the nature of the machine gun battalion and the nature of the battles that they were in, the battalion had been gassed several times, that there was such a bond between those soldiers in that battalion that they stuck together and communicated with each other via letters after the war for many, many years. Some of them did meet at times. So I think it was that bond and that concern for his fellow man, who many of them in the machine gun battalion had perished. He committed to himself to start putting the flags out. It's hard to guess whether he made the decision it was going to be done forever or what, because you never know. But in 1926, and his two sons had both been born by then. Our father remembers helping when he was 5 years old, which had been 1930. They lived at the farm right nearby, And so the sons would help their father. 20 years later, us children started to come along, and we would see our grandfather and our father putting the flags out. And I don't explicitly remember doing much for a couple of years, but maybe around the age of 8 or 10, I can remember going out there. And by then, my older brothers and sisters were already helping out.
Not all of the veterans are buried in the same places. You have to map this out?
That's correct. We do have a plot of the cemetery. We do have the names of the soldiers, and most of the time details as to what war they fought in. And then we have made some different types of tools to help us, like the alphabetical sorting of them and where they approximately are in the cemetery. Back 100 years ago, records were quite as neat and tidy, and we didn't have computers and mapping software like we do now. We're trying to change that a little bit. But yeah, we have guides. We know what approximate plot that they're in, an approximate location. And there is, with each flag, there's a unique flag holder. They are a round disc, about 8 inches diameter. Some of them are slightly different than others, depending on what war they fought in. So some of them will say GAR, that's the Guardians of the American Revolution. And those people are Civil War veterans. There are some others that say SPAM, stands for the Spanish-American War. The 1812 is stamped on some of them. So that is a star that goes on the stick that is the holder for the flag. So those holders stay on right next to the grave. So they are there throughout the years. But we have to identify those. And sometimes they are taken away by friendly people, or maybe unfriendly, they disappear. And sometimes they might get hit with a lawnmower as the lawn is mowed and destroyed. So we have to search and find them, but then double check to make sure that we have left no soldier behind.
We are talking with Patrick Laughlin. His family has been placing flags on the Rochester Cemetery in Racine County since 1926. Approximately how many flags do you put out every year?
It grows every year because there are some veterans who have recently perished. And these would be veterans now that might have fought in the Vietnam War or in Afghanistan and Korea. And when they are buried, they also get a flag. So it is not necessarily people who died in combat. There are right now around 227. 25 years ago, there were 136.
This is an amazing commitment. It's gone on now for 100 years. What about your children, your grandchildren? Are they participating in this as well?
Our nephew, Michael, and Jamie, they have 3 daughters who did join us. So that was the whole family was out there this weekend on Saturday. And the other nephews, when they lived in the area, did participate in this annual tradition.
Patrick, do you hope that this continues for another 100 years?
I wish it would for another 100 years. Yes, I wish it would.
What a wonderful family tradition. 100 years they've been doing that. And already the younger generation is helping out, and that's at the Rochester Cemetery in Racine County. All right, it's 8:28. We have 58 degrees, and we're just a couple minutes away from Julia Fellow. A lot of people ask you about Julia. Getting all kinds of texts here, Julia.
Oh, please,
really?
right.
Yes,
yeah,
they're all
right.
excited that you're here in the morning, especially on a holiday.
I know. It's a very solemn day.
It is. All right, 8:28 on WTMJ.
Leading a nonprofit takes more than heart. It takes the right leader with the skills, experience, and passion to move your mission forward. Vince Vitrano here for Spano Pratt. They focus exclusively on nonprofit executive searches, from discovering high-caliber candidates to rigorous assessment and selection to engaging and aligning your board of directors throughout the process. Spano Pratt doesn't just fill roles. They help you find leaders who truly align with your purpose and mission. SpanoPratt.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know you do things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can easily find the products you need and trust at unbeatable prices? Right now, assorted Hillman hardware is 15% off. All Gardner Bender electrical supplies and tools are 10% off. Rewards members save 15%. And AgriMaster 16% layer pelleted poultry feed, $11.99. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
and to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. Here's to Supper Club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi.
And Kristen Bry of Point Taken.
Kristen, did you know that only 40% of Americans have done any estate planning and only 40% of those have been properly updated?
When it comes to wills, trusts, and probate, there's a lot at stake. I needed someone who specializes in estate planning. At Walney Legal Group, that's all they do.
No intimidating lawyers. They just provide customized, friendly, easy experience. They call it lawyering the way it should be. So whether you need your estate planning reviewed
or just getting started, visit WALNYlegal.com.
Coming up to 8:30, it is Memorial Day in southeastern Wisconsin, and we have Julia Fella here in the WTMJ Breaking News Center. And Julia, what's going on this morning?
Libby, thank you. Good morning. A member of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers has died. Charlie Butch Moore was part of the franchise's one and only appearance in the World Series. A native of Birmingham, Moore was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame and the Milwaukee Brewers Wall of Honor. A stolen vehicle investigation ended with a squad crash and multiple injuries in Milwaukee. The sheriff's office says a deputy was taking a suspect to jail Saturday night when the man became unresponsive in the back of the squad. Officials say the deputy then activated his emergency lights and sirens and rushed towards a hospital, but was crashed into two vehicles near 12th and Valete. The suspect was revived with Narcan and taken to a hospital. Several others had minor injuries. A second performance of a song that was banned from the Watertown School District is postponed. High School Wind Symphony in Watertown were originally slated to perform A Mother of a Revolution at Minocqua Brewing Company's Madison Tap Room on Saturday. Owner Kirk Bangstad says tickets sold immediately, so he's rescheduling the performance for Thursday in a 900-seat theater, Barrymore Theater. These community performances come after Watertown School Board alleged that the song celebrates violence. Let's take a look at your roads through WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. Looks like everything is clear. I'm just going to refresh and double check. It is so clear. One more thing. Oh, I see a red truck. Looks like it's about a half mile beyond 4194 South, beyond 94 East. The right shoulder's blocked because there's a disabled vehicle at this time. And it looks like there is a deputy's vehicle behind it trying to help that vehicle that is disabled. Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. What a beautiful forecast we have. Mostly sunny, a high of 83 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 86. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 65. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 72. And partly cloudy Friday with a high of 71 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 69 degrees and sunny.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. Celebrate active aging at the Enjoy Life Symposium. Join Capri Communities and adults 55 plus for a free high-energy day at the Enjoy Life Acting Aging Symposium. Live entertainment, a senior fashion show, and speakers like, get this, Melinda Myers and Chef Michael Fecker, the Ukuladies, and Milwaukee's Dancing Grannies. Capri Communities brings it all together for one unforgettable day. Wednesday, June 10th at Elmbrook Church in Brookfield. Register now at EnjoyLifeSymposium.com and you'll be entered to win a Green Bay game day experience. That's EnjoyLifeSymposium.com.
I'm Matt Dorner, CEO of Milwaukee Downtown Bid 21. Our business leaders value downtown Milwaukee.
We're proud to call downtown Milwaukee our home for over a century. I'm Mary Ellen Stanek, president of Baird Funds. As one of downtown's largest employers, Baird has a deep dedication to the community here. You could say we're invested in downtown's success.
Get down to business at MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
Everywhere you turn, it's plus, plus, plus. But at Hasselus Mattress, nobody has more plus than us. Our 35 beds from the top 5 brands start at $293. Plus, through Monday, get a free adjustable base. Plus, a huge selection of Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and other big-name brands. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup. Plus, employee-free showrooms. Whew! All these pluses have me feeling nonplussed. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Classic feeling. Your home is failing. Windows are old, roof looks horrible, siding is distressed. Even your front door fights you on everything. Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. and I will be on the Fix It Show this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. 1 hour where you get to call in and ask about your failing home and how the professionals at Siding Unlimited can help you. Can't wait until Saturday? Bring your pictures to our Siding Unlimited showroom and let's chat. Start your home updating journey with Siding Unlimited at sidingunlimited.com.
Well, as we said, Memorial Day is sort of the unofficial beginning of summer. That means a lot of people have travel plans. We've got Julia Fellow here with us this morning. Julia, it's so nice to have you here.
Good morning.
You know, I don't know about you, but have you cut back on driving because of gas prices at all?
I have. Have you?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you kind of check around to see where you can find the cheapest gas?
So what I do is I go to Metro Market.
Okay.
And I get my discount.
Oh, yeah, with the receipts.
Mm-hmm. So I got 80 cents off a gallon, my last one.
How'd you manage 80 cents off?
Because I spend a lot of money on groceries.
I was going to say, how many groceries do you buy?
It can be up to $2 off a gallon. The most I've ever done is like $1.25 off a gallon.
Now, did you do this, say, a year or two ago? Or is this something that now you're doing consciously?
Oh, I've been doing that for years.
Oh, so that's your way of getting around it, but you're still spending a lot more on gas than you did a year or two ago.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was like, oh gosh, I'm going over $50.
Well, I can't believe that we're just driving around it. I haven't seen gas under $4 anywhere.
Oh no!
In a couple months,
I saw $4.39 or something.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's a bargain. It's $4.39.
I know.
But are you aware that a lot of people are taking shorter trips? They are canceling long drives. You know, like this time of year, people would maybe be planning a trip out to Yellowstone. Let's drive across the United States and take a look, or get the big camper out. And people are just not doing it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have talked to people who have trucks, and they're considering selling their trucks just because they guzzle gas so much.
Oh, I bet. I was getting maybe 10 or 11 miles a gallon with my 98 Wrangler, and that was hideous.
10 or 12 miles? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I'm just wondering what people out there are doing as far as gas is concerned. Have you decided that you are not taking the long trips? Do you find yourself shopping more for gas than you once did? Now, we belong to Costco, so I usually get my gas there.
Yes.
But this Metro Market thing you're talking about, I got to try that.
Oh, it's so worth it. And no matter what, you get $3 off 3 cents off a gallon, no matter what.
Okay, so 3 cents. But
so how much is your Thunderbird, your little Thunderbird?
My little T-Bird?
Yeah. Is it a convertible?
Yes, it is.
Your little convertible. How many miles a gallon do you get?
I don't know.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
That's what. Yeah, my husband got me that. That's my little car. But I don't drive. I try not to drive that much. Basically, just around town.
So you got low miles on your little Thunderbird?
Yeah,
it's so cute. You should see Libby in it. She looks adorable.
Well, thank you for saying that. It's 8:37, but yeah, I don't know how many people out there are changing their driving habits. I wonder if people are even canceling trips where they were going to do a long drive this summer. Go to see grandma in North Carolina or something because yeah,
absolutely.
So if you're changing your plans, you can let us know on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line at 855-616-1620. I don't know. I don't think there's any trip for me this summer. I think I'm going to be staying home.
Oh, yeah. Multiple states, thinking about where you're going to stop, and you can't even shop it around. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I wonder how many people are also selling their cars. Oh, here's somebody. They said that, they found $3.99. So they found it under $4 at Quick Trip in Oak Creek the other day.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Congratulations to you. You found gas under $4. I never thought I'd see it again. Julia Feller will be with us throughout the morning. It is 8:39, and we have 59 degrees at WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert here with my son David, Accunet's president and chief metaphor officer. What do you have for us this time?
Dad, for a lot of sellers, selling their home is like handing over a family photo album. Every room in that house has a birthday memory or a trombone lesson or that last Mother's Day brunch before the kids moved out. The seller isn't just transferring a deed, they're saying farewell to a chapter of their life.
So buyers need to walk through the front door with that in mind.
Absolutely. It's not just a financial transaction. It's a transfer of trust. Sellers and their agents are looking to say yes to the buyer who is strong enough and safe enough to make good on their offer.
So what does that look like in practice?
It looks like a rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval and a thoughtfully crafted offer that tells the seller, I will show up.
Because when the seller is deciding who will get the keys and the metaphorical family photo album,
you want them to feel the best about handing them to you.
Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. For pilots and aviation lovers, there's nothing like making a trip to EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. July 20th through the 26th, get up close to thousands of aircraft, learn about the newest innovation, get hands-on with experts, and witness breathtaking daily air shows, some even at night. There's no better way to immerse yourself into the world of aviation than by checking out the world's greatest aviation celebration. Fuel your passion for flight. EAA.org is the website. July 20th through the 26th, EAA.org.
Did the Greek gods ever sleep?
Huh?
Did Aphrodite have a heart-shaped bed?
Maybe.
Did Hades, god of the underworld, sleep on a trundle bed?
I think the Greek gods would have loved the Nevea bedroom from Penny Mustard.
Nevea is heaven backwards.
A bedroom fit for a king. You mean a Zeus?
But not Poseidon. He'd have a waterbed.
The Nevea bedroom, starting at just $168 a month, with no interest and no payments till May of 2029. Through May 31st at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Today is the official start of summer. Well, maybe not by the calendar, but we all know it's summer when it's Memorial Day. And you might be thinking about going to the beach. And joining us is Andy Weinkoff. He's the park foreman at Foxbrook Park. And the county of Waukesha has a number of beach locations, and Foxbrook just happens to be one of them. Hey, Andy, first of all, happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day to you, too.
Tell us about the beaches, because, there are some people who live in Waukesha County who are not even aware that they exist.
Yeah, so the county has 6 public beaches across our system. So we have them located at Foxbrook Park, Menominee Park, Minooka, Magwanago, Muskego, and Nagawaki. And each one of them has a little bit different to offer for them. So some of them are a little bit bigger, some of them are a little bit more tranquil, quiet for you. They're open to everybody. We always love everybody coming out. You have opportunities to go swimming in the area. We've got the nice sand beaches for people to play around on. We got picnic tables, grills around the area, so people can kind of come for the day and just enjoy themselves. All of our beaches, they've got the bathroom facilities right there. Some of ours, like at Foxbrook, we're lucky to be the one park that has a concession stand as well at our beach. So we have a lot of different offerings and amenities there at each of the parks and the beaches for all of our users to be able to utilize.
Now, are these lakes, are they man-made? Were they there always?
Kind of varies. So like our Nagawaki Park is on Nagawaka Lake, so that is, a lake itself that's open to the public. But then some of our other smaller ones like Foxbrook, Menominee, they're actually old quarries from back in the 70s and earlier, actually. So some of them are man-made and some of them are naturally made lakes as well.
What are we looking at as far as depth?
So it kind of varies. So some of the parks, Menominee and Foxbrook, we have 2 of the deeper lakes in the system. Those are, 30 to 50 feet total depth. However, our swim area itself is at a maximum of 5 feet of depth. So for a swimming safety standpoint, the deepest that you'll see in our swim areas is 5 feet. So you don't have to worry about the little kids coming and the adults. You have room for the adults in the deeper sections, and then we also have some shallower areas at each of our beaches. But the maximum you'll see is 5 feet in each park.
We're talking with Andy Weinkoff. He's the park foreman at Foxbrook Park. A lot of people thinking about going swimming now that it's Memorial Day. So are there lifeguards at these beaches?
Waukesha County does not have lifeguards at our beaches anymore. So we now operate at swim at your own risk, so that all of our patrons can make their own decisions about, what they feel safe and comfortable with in our swim areas.
What do they need to be aware of? I mean, especially if you're bringing kids and, you want to have a good time with the family. What should you as a parent be watching for if you're letting your kids swim?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. We get asked that a lot. The biggest thing is just being attentive to your kids, keeping an eye on them at all times, being with them, making sure that they're being safe. If you feel that your child needs a life jacket, we always encourage it. Recommend the life jackets, any of those life preservers, things of that nature. U.S. Coast Guard approved is the best thing that's out there for when it comes to life jackets. That's what we encourage, U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets. But The biggest thing is just keeping an eye on your kids. Don't lose track of them. Make sure you're there so that way in case something does happen, you can be quick to respond to your kids if need be.
Another thing that I think people really want to know is which of these beaches are dog friendly.
So we do allow some of our dogs to swim on our beaches. At Minooka, Mugwanago, Muskego, and Nagawaki, you're allowed to swim and have your dogs in the beach with you at all times. At Foxbrook and Menominee, we actually have dedicated dog swim beach areas actually that are separate from the beach. That's where we require and ask that the dog owners take their dogs at those two facilities. It's really nice. They're kind of gated areas, fenced-in areas at those two locations, so that way the dogs can run off leash and have a good time. And that's primarily because they're two of our busier locations. So it gives an opportunity for dog owners to be able to have their four-legged friends swim in the lake and not disrupt the rest of the swimming activity at that time. The places you want to look for all of our beach information is waukeshacounty.gov/beaches. And there you'll be able to find all the information about our beaches. Our weekly water quality testing is posted there, and all of our rules and other amenities that we offer at each of those beaches.
Andy Weinkoff from Foxbrook Park. You're the park foreman out there. Thanks for doing a great job, and we'll see you at one of the Waukesha County parks this summer.
We can't wait to see you guys all out there. Thank you very much for your time today.
It's 8:45. Coming up next, how warm will it be today? Brenda Johnson will tell you right after this.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Mostly sunny and warm for our Memorial Day as temperatures top out in the low to mid 80s all across southeastern Wisconsin. We'll keep the sky mainly clear tonight as lows dip back to around 60 degrees and even warmer for our Tuesday with full sunshine expected. Highs may range from the mid 80s at the lakefront to the upper 80s farther west of Milwaukee.
It's 69 in Mequon. Racine has 62. Oconomowoc at 68. We have 67 degrees at WTMJ at 8:47. And coming up next, we're joined by Matt Miller with those summer blockbusters. He'll tell you all about it right after this.
Happening now, it's the Memorial Day sale at Steinhoffel's. And honestly, it's the perfect time to get your home ready for summer. Save up to 30% store-wide, plus get amazing deals like a Beauty Sleep mattress for just $399. Plus, they're offering Steinhoffel's 18-month 0% financing, so your dream space is well within reach. Head into Steinhoffel's or shop anytime at steinhoffels.com. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale at Steinhoffel's, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader.
Our children deserve a real chance in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we work to ensure there's a great Milwaukee school for every child, because a stronger future for our kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more, visit cityfordcollective.org.
Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Are you like me? Do you stress about your home, how it looks, or maybe you're worried about something leaking? Well, you can live with peace of mind and without stress by getting a new roof from Tri-County Contracting. Get yourself a free instant roof quote right now. Go to TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's that easy. It's roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Outdoor Living Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Let's go out to dinner and see a movie.
It's summer blockbuster movie season, and I can't think of anybody I'd rather talk to about what's going to be in those cineplexes than Matt Miller. And Matt, before we do anything else, congratulations, because now we can call you Daddy.
I know, just in time for Father's Day.
Our most sincere congratulations to you, but let's talk movies, because this is the season. And here on Friday, The Mandalorian opened. It means Star Wars is back in the theaters again.
Yeah, kind of. It's a weird one, right? Because it's a new Star Wars movie in theaters, and I think we remember, when The Force Awakens came out and even Rise of Skywalker, those Star Wars movies felt like such events, and this one kind of feels like it's just kind of ambling into theaters. I'll be interested to see what its box office looks like this weekend, because there just doesn't seem to be that much excitement for it, and I don't know if part of that is because they've done a pretty bad job of kind of showing why this story needs to make the jump to the big screen. I also wonder, maybe the time for The Mandalorian has passed, People really liked that 5-6 years ago, especially at the start of the pandemic. Those first few seasons were really fun, but those latter seasons got really stuck into kind of fan service and expanded universe stuff with the Star Wars other miniseries, and I think it kind of lost a little bit of its luster. So we'll see how it performs this weekend. Obviously, it's a Star Wars movie, so expectations are high, but it just doesn't seem like the excitement is there for a new Star Wars movie, which is just such a strange thing to say.
What are you really excited about seeing this summer?
Yeah, I think it's a big summer for directors. And in general, we have seen kind of audiences really attract themselves to interesting directors over, say, stars or even concepts and stuff like that. What people really are interested in is directors who have vision. So I'm obviously really excited about the new Christopher Nolan movie, him returning after winning Best Picture and like 20 other Oscars for Oppenheimer. He's coming back with The Odyssey. Obviously, everyone knows the story of The Odyssey. It looks very epic. It looks really exciting. Anyone who's ever been good at acting is basically in that movie. Really excited for that, coming out on July 17th. Also, he filmed, I think, the entire movie on IMAX. So that's a movie that's going to feel big. That's a movie that's going to feel massive. So really excited for that. And I'm also really excited, Steven Spielberg. I don't know if you heard of him. He's got a new movie coming out this year, and he's going back to UFOs. It's weird to think that it's been a long time since the guy who kind of entered so many important chapters to the sci-fi genre with, Close Encounters and E.T. and many others along the way. He's returning to UFOs with Disclosure Day, starring Josh O'Connor, who was terrific in the latest Knives Out movie, and Emily Blunt as people trying to figure out some alien conspiracy. Sounds really fun. I believe Steven Spielberg also wrote the story for this. The story is a Steven Spielberg idea, which he doesn't do very often. Normally Spielberg is just a director. He's not a writer-director. So I'm really interested to see that as well, because, I don't want to be, morbid here, but I don't know how many more Steven Spielberg movies we have left, especially at this size and scale and blockbuster scope. So I'm really excited to check that out on June 12th.
I am too. I've seen the promos for it, and it's intriguing.
Yes, I think that's the right word for it. Like, Steven Spielberg doesn't make the kind of movies that make great trailers right now. He's an older guy, and the thrills in his movies are much more calibrated, and I do think they're holding a lot back in the trailers too. I think they're really trying to kind of mystery box this, because you've got a UFO story. I think you want to entice people with the idea of what are we all going to be doing with UFOs and aliens in this movie. So it makes a lot of sense that they're kind of keeping a lot to the vest, and I think that's going to be the case with Disclosure Day up until the end.
We are talking with one of my favorite film critics, Matt Miller, about the blockbusters that we have to look forward to this summer. And now that you're a dad, I bet you can't wait to see the new Toy Story movie.
It's funny because, Toy Story is one of my favorite movie franchises. I mean, Toy Story 3 absolutely wrecked me back in the day. Even if the worst movie in the franchise is Toy Story 4, which is still a really good movie, like, you're doing really well. And I think it's interesting how the Toy Story movies have grown up with the kids that started with the Toy Story franchise, when we were kids, it was about the toys, just kind of being toys. Toy Story 3, when we were going to college, so was Andy, so we're kind of the toys having to deal with that. And now in this fifth one, we're all parents now, and Toy Story 5 is about, tablets and the new generation of kids and what are they playing with. So I'm really excited to see that not only as a Toy Story fan, but as a new Toy Story father.
Oh, well, we can't wait to see it either. Anything else that you really say is don't miss it this summer?
I'm really excited to see comedies back on the big screen this summer. Comedies really took a lot of time off this ever since the pandemic, and even before the pandemic. We've done a good job of telling audiences that comedies are not worth the big screen, and that does seem to be changing a little bit. So I'm loving to see that, there's a new scary movie coming out this summer. And do I think it's going to be a Best Picture nominee? Absolutely not. But it's nice to see a comedy given the big screen treatment again. Same with something like Jackass Best and Last. It's really nice to see.
Are they really bringing that back?
They are. It seems like they're doing one more. And I got to say, those movies are so much fun.
Oh.
And there's something kind of almost weirdly sweet about them. Like, they are obviously like gross and childish, but there is something sweet about this like relationship between all these men that has now reached the point where they're like in their 50s and 60s now. I don't know if they're that old per se, but look at Johnny Knoxville's hair, and that is hair that has seen some things, that color. So it's nice to see a comedy back on the big screen again. And so I'm really excited that there's even an original comedy coming out near the end of summer called One Night Only, which is from the director of Anyone But You, the Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney movie that became a surprise Christmas hit a few years ago. There's a new rom-com from him coming out at the end of summer, so that's really exciting for me. People have asked, is the box office back? And for the first time since the pandemic, this kind of feels like the box office is back. Not only because the numbers are good right now, but because the movies that are doing well, it's a variety of movies. It's not just Marvel movies and big franchise movies that are holding up the box office. It's smaller movies. It's comedies. It's movies for adults. It's horror movies. It's all sorts of stuff. It's original movies. And that is the sign of a healthy ecosystem where a Minions movie can do really well, but so can original sci-fi. So can a rom-com. And I think that is where we want to be again, where there's something for everybody in theaters again, because then you're going to get everybody back to theaters again. And for a long time, we didn't have something for everybody.
Matt, it is so great that you took the time out to join us today to talk about movies once again, and you're still writing about them.
I am. They might have more typos and they might sound a little bit more sleep deprived than usual, but I am writing things at a Man About Film on Substack.
Well, we will check that out as well. Thanks again. Get some sleep, because I can tell in your voice you are tired dad right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think I sound totally well slept.
Matt Miller, have a great day. Thank you again.
You too. Thanks for having me.
It's 8:58 on WTMJ. I'm Libby Collins, and for Vince and Eric, they will be back tomorrow morning. Coming up after the news for New at 9, we are going to be talking with a Medal of Honor recipient on this Memorial Day. And he has a message for veterans about their health and what they need to watch for. It's all ahead right here on WTMJ.
Do you have an upcoming wedding, a bridal or baby shower, maybe a family reunion? WTMJ's John Mercure here. I highly recommend having your party at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your dinners are free. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner's free every single night, even for special events. Choice steaks, seafood, pasta. How about the surf and turf? Any entree, buy one, get one free. Desserts, my favorite part, is buy one, get one free. Celebrate a birthday, an anniversary, a retirement, or just a quiet free dinner with your sweetie. Have your company employee appreciation dinner at the Fox and Hounds. Half your dinners are free, and it's a gorgeous setting right in the heart of the Kettle Moraine near Holy Hill. Spectacular views. Gift cards are also the perfect year-round gifts, as your second dinner is always free. Order online and your gift cards will arrive shortly. I've done this many times. Reserve your wedding shower, rehearsal, or family dinner today. Half your dinners are free every night at the Fox and Hounds. Google, call, and reserve.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like Blaine's Farm and Fleet camp chairs. Buy one, get one 60% off. 20% off assorted fishing rods and reels, tackle, and apparel. And save $50 on select Milwaukee outdoor power tools. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts. The birds fly north from St. Louis.
Attention passengers.
Heavy turbulence ahead.
Pitch and a high fly ball deep left field. This ball's way back and way gone.
The Brewers take on the Cardinals today in Milwaukee.
Wild Bill, a 3-run shot.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts at 12:35.
I hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.
We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It is 9 o'clock and 72 degrees. I'm Julia Fellow. For your Memorial Day, it's going to be sunny and warm, a high of 81 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 60. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, a high of 85. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, this Memorial Day,
The ceremony that you are about to witness.
President Donald Trump is set to lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C. We are awaiting that happening today. And patriotism in America may be facing a generational split. A new survey from Desert News and the Hinckley Institute found younger Americans are far less likely to call themselves patriotic compared to older generations, while nearly 7 in 10 Americans overall say they're somewhat or very patriotic. That number drops to just 56% among adults 18 to 24. Experts warn this growing divide could reshape politics, civic participation, and even national unity in the years ahead. A former Milwaukee Brewers catcher and outfielder has died. Charlie Butch Moore was part of the 1982 Harvey Wallbangers World Series team. He played all but one of his 15 seasons with Milwaukee. Former Brewers pitcher Jerry Augustine shares his memory of Moore.
Charlie was one of those guys that you didn't have to say much to Charlie. When Charlie was in the clubhouse, if there was a joke played on a guy in the clubhouse, I'll guarantee you Charlie Moore was right in the middle of it. And he was so funny. He loved doing it.
Moore was 72 years old. A stolen vehicle investigation ended with a squad crash Saturday night.
The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office says a deputy was transporting a suspect near 12th and Valete when the man became unresponsive in the back of the squad. The deputy activated emergency lights and sirens to head toward a hospital before crashing into 2 vehicles at the intersection. One of the vehicles rolled over. Officials say several people suffered minor injuries while the suspect was revived with Narcan and remains hospitalized under custody. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Milwaukee is now one of the fastest growing rental markets in our country. The new Zillow rankings makes Milwaukee metro area 8th in the nation. At Rent Growth, Milwaukee Business Journal editor-in-chief Timothy Gibbons.
Rents here are growing faster than most other places in the country. Every time I talk about this, I want to make sure that I'm clear with the caveat that rents here are lower than most of the rest of the country. So it's not a case of building upon a high base.
Gibbons says single-family home rents in Milwaukee are rising roughly double the national growth rate. The hardest lesson at a community college in suburban Phoenix came on the final day of the spring semester. Here's ABC's Jim Ryan.
As proud graduates walked the stage to accept their diplomas,
India Hall.
everything went smoothly until
Azucena de Mesa Jimenez.
some students' names were omitted.
Grace Marie Reimer.
The problem?
We're using a new AI system as our reader.
Glendale Community College President Tiffany Hernandez.
That is a lesson learned for us.
AI is being used increasingly by colleges and high schools to ensure proper pronunciation of graduates' names. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Incredible weather on your way, and your 5-day forecast plus sports and traffic are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time 9:03.
Sponsored by Redo Cabinets. Don't replace this spring. Reface.
I'm Mark Olson with Redo Cabinets. Redo Cabinets is a family business serving homeowners for over 70 years. Now we're in Milwaukee and ready to share with homeowners the benefits of refacing and not replacing those old kitchen cabinets. At Redo Cabinets, we use premium cabinet facings made right here in the USA. You select from dozens of colors, styles, hardware choices, and accessories. And during our Memorial Day event, you could get big savings. 50% off installation of a kitchen remodeling project and a free sink and faucet. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. That's right, 2027. Incredible savings. Redo Cabinets, 414-677-6417. That's 414-677-6417. Or visit us at redocabinets.com. That's redocabinets.com. Serving homeowners for over 70 years in Illinois and Wisconsin. Don't replace, reface with Redo Cabinets.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who'll tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. After the Brewers lost against the Dodgers yesterday 5-1, they're already on to the next team. They take on the Cardinals at home. First pitch is 1:10 this afternoon. And Packers quarterback Jordan Love and his wife Renika welcomed a healthy baby girl into the world. They made their official announcement on Instagram Saturday. The Green Bay Packers, by the way, first preseason game is Thursday, August 13th on the road against the Steelers. Let's take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. I'm just refreshing one more time. We have no incidents on the road, knock on wood, for this Memorial Day. Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny and warm today, a high of 81. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 60. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, a high of 85. Wednesday, there's just a slight chance of showers and storms. Most of the day, it will be partly cloudy, a high of 73. Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 68. And Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 71. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 72 degrees and sunny. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. And now it's time for New at 9.
On this Memorial Day, it is my privilege to introduce Matthew Williams. He is a Medal of Honor recipient. He also is a Veterans Health Advocate, and he has a message to so many veterans out there in this Military Appreciation Month. And first of all, Matthew, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your service.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor. It's a privilege to be here. The Memorial Day weekend, time to reflect on veterans and service and sacrifice and what makes our country great.
Well, one of the missions that you are on, and again, this is a personal mission, is to help veterans understand the importance of maintaining their health. And you've got a special message for them today.
I do. In the service, we learn about, being mentally and physically tough and pushing on and completing the mission at all costs. I spent 20 years in the special operations community, served around some of the finest men and women our country has to offer. And we give everything for each other, for the team, and for the country. But, when it comes time to take care of ourselves, I think sometimes we get a little bit stubborn, and me included. That's something that I struggle with as well. And as my career progressed and I got to experience things a little bit more, I started seeing my peers and young people getting diagnosed with cancer types way too late. And then I started to learn more about screening opportunities and how important it is to take care of yourself and be proactive when it comes to your own personal health. And that's why, I challenge all veterans to be open with their doctor and communicate and look at opportunities to get screened early. You know, the earlier you can get screened, the chances of your survival increase exponentially. And I think that's super important, specifically when it comes to colorectal cancer, which is one of the leading causes of death for men and women under 50. And it just simply doesn't need to be that way. Getting screened early increases your lifespan up to 90% if it's caught in time. And, you know, I understand people are nervous about colonoscopies, and that's a big, scary word. But there's so many great options out there now. And, you know, Guardant Health has the Shield test available, which is a simple blood test you can get from your primary care physician. It's literally a conversation and a blood draw, and you can go ahead and get that screening done and see how you stand, you know, and it's just so simple that I don't understand why you wouldn't take that opportunity to give yourself some love for once. You know, you've done so much for the country, you've done so much for your peers and your teammates. You know, it's time to take a step back and take care of yourself, and at a minimum, buy that extra time for those extra birthdays and extra time with family and the things that you've earned for your service and sacrifice for our country.
We're talking with Medal of Honor recipient and Veterans Health Advocate Matthew Williams. Matt, you have been personally affected by friends that you've lost to cancer.
I have, yes, ma'am. You know, and it's a tragedy. It's sad. You know, one of my best friends and teammates was taken from us way too early. Federal Medal of Honor recipient as well, with lung cancer, just found too late. You know, we're seeing instances of young Special Forces operators diagnosed with colorectal cancer extremely young and, again, being caught too late. And that's just why I challenge everybody to be open and to be honest with yourself and be honest with your physician and take the chance to get screened. You know, educate yourself a little bit and see what's out there. There's so many great opportunities that are, at this point, non-invasive, easy to do. It's a simple visit to a doctor and a bit of peace of mind. Are
you seeing a lot of veterans who are being diagnosed with cancer because of things they may have been exposed to while in the service?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. You know, we learned so much about the things we've been exposed to over the years, whether that's from heavy metals exposures to radiological exposures from places we're deployed all over the country, obviously all over the world. And we find ourselves in these positions and, you know, frankly, there's a mission that has to be done and we don't think about them when we're there and we're in the middle of it. And then they come back to affect you later on in life. And that's why it's just so important to be proactive, you know, with toxic exposures from burn pits and everything that we've learned over the past 20 years in our time in Afghanistan and Iraq, but it goes further than that. You know, our Vietnam era generation was affected the same way. And, you know, fortunately, technology improved and our medical technology's improved. And, you know, Guardant's done a great deal with this Shield test that's been available now and FDA approved. And it's in your, you know, it's a conversation with a doctor, a simple blood draw, and a little bit of peace of mind.
Matt, on this Memorial Day, what message would you like to share with other veterans?
First, what Memorial Day is all about. It's about service. It's about sacrifice. It's about taking a moment to pause and reflect on the people we've lost, whether that's due to their time in combat operations or after their service, you know, due to their exposures. And, you know, I look at those people the same. They've given their life for our country, and it may have taken longer for it to catch up with them, and it's tragedy, and it doesn't need to be that way. So take that time to reflect. Remember your teammates, remember your friends, remember your peers that we've lost, but then ultimately take care of yourself so that we don't have to remember you next year. You're still here and able to carry that torch for all those that we've lost.
Matt, can't thank you enough for joining us. Matthew Williams, he was awarded the Medal of Honor, and he also works very hard as a Veterans Health Advocate. Once again, thanks for joining us today, and thank you, sir, for your service.
Thank you, Libby. I appreciate the time, and thank you for honoring our veterans on Memorial Day. It's extremely important. I appreciate it.
It's 9:12, 67 degrees at WTMJ. Coming up next, we'll remind you of a few more events taking place today on this Memorial Day.
When should you take Social Security? Hi, I'm Tony Drake, Certified Financial Planner and founder of Drake & Associates right here in Wisconsin. For many retirees, Social Security is one of the most important income sources they'll have. But deciding when to claim your benefits isn't always simple. Claim early, and your monthly benefits may be permanently reduced. Wait too long, and you might miss years of income you could have received. The right strategy depends on several factors: your health, your spouse's benefits, your other retirement income, and how taxes could affect what you keep. At Drake & Associates, we help Wisconsin families coordinate Social Security with the rest of their retirement plan so it works alongside your investments, taxes, and income strategy. To help you get started, I'm offering my complimentary retirement toolkit. It includes my book, Get Retirement Ready, and 5 guides that explain how Social Security fits into a complete retirement plan. Call 414-897-9522 or text TAX to that number for your no-cost toolkit. That's 414-897-9522 or text the word TAX to 414-897-9522. Because when it comes to Social Security, the right timing can make a big difference.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
On this Memorial Day, there are still a number of events that you can make that are going on throughout the day. It started at 9 o'clock, but every hour until 3 o'clock today, TAPS is going to be played at Wisconsin Memorial Park in Brookfield on Capitol Drive. They also have a military display there and a day full of other opportunities to honor those who lost their lives in wars for the United States. Also, Calvary Cemetery at 55th and Blue Mound. 10 o'clock, that outdoor Catholic Mass begins, and that's going to be followed by a Civil War event where the 1st Brigade Band is going to perform using vintage Civil War instruments. At 11 o'clock at Forest Home Cemetery, they begin their annual Memorial Day commemoration with a service at the chapel. There will then be a wreath-laying ceremony in the Garden of Honor. And throughout the day, historians and reenactors are going to be telling stories at various grave sites where 3,000 veterans' graves date back to the War of 1812. Also, there are some parades getting underway in West Bend. You get underway at 9:30. Menominee Falls, Racine, Slinger, and Hartford. Those parades begin at 10. Elm Grove and Grafton both begin at 10:30. And at Watertown, that parade kicks off at noon. And that's going to be followed by the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall dedication at 3 o'clock this afternoon, where there will also be an F-35 flyover. Now, that's not all that's going on to commemorate Memorial Day. Also at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Taps Across America will take place, where anyone can participate. If you play an instrument, they're asking you at 3 o'clock sharp today to play taps. It's only 24 notes, but it shows that so many Americans honor those who gave all for this country. It's 9:16 on WTMJ.
I hereby bequeath the Cara dining table from Penny Mustard to my great-great-great-grandchild.
Really?
Our solid wood furniture lasts for generations, so I'm making sure everything's covered.
Not a bad idea, really.
The Cara table's timeless design will never go out of style.
This concludes my last will and tablement.
The Cara dining table, paired with 4 Rubio chairs, starting at just $152 a month with no interest and no payments till May of 2029 through May 31st at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Outdoor Living Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
For
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Mostly sunny and warm for our Memorial Day as temperatures top out in the low to mid 80s all across southeastern Wisconsin. We'll keep the sky mainly clear tonight as lows dip back to around 60 degrees and even warmer for our Tuesday with full sunshine expected. Highs may range from the mid 80s at the lakefront to the upper 80s farther west of Milwaukee.
And those temperatures are really warming up. Brookfield has 71 degrees. Oak Creek's at 72. Richfield has 71. And we're at 70 degrees at WTMJ at 9:19. I'm Libby Collins. We've got Julia Fellow back in. Julia, are you a beer drinker?
Not really. More wine. I like dark beer. Do you like dark beer?
No, I don't like beer at all.
Really?
I don't drink beer. I think it goes back to, this is an interesting story. So when my mother, this is a long time ago. So when my mother was pregnant with me, she was a very tiny lady, had trouble gaining weight. The doctor told her to drink a beer every night before she went to bed. This is a whole different generation.
God.
That's when they used to change babies' diapers with cigarettes hanging out of their mouths too. But yeah, it's so, I don't know. There's something
What
about
kind of doctor was this?
Probably he quacked a lot. But anyway, this is a true story. I cannot drink beer. I never have been able to, which was tough in college because, obviously everybody's drinking beer and I'm the only one who was going, no, thank you.
The dark beer has grown on me, for sure.
Even in Ireland, I couldn't drink Guinness and I wanted to, but I couldn't. But here's a sad day for a lot of beer drinkers. Schlitz is no more. I mean, it's really sad. But are you aware that 56% of people are gearing up to drink beer for the holidays, the summer holidays?
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's one of that and probably hamburgers and brats. That's what they're looking forward to. But 56% of people are gearing up for drinking beer on these summer holidays. And are you aware that 49% of Americans 21 plus say they want beer available at any event they host or attend?
That makes sense. That tracks.
But only 32% want wine there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm a wine drinker. I like wine.
I do too. Prosecco.
Mm-hmm.
I love Prosecco.
Very good. Very good.
And 30% want cocktails available and 21% want those hard seltzers.
Oh, I'm not into that.
Yeah, why not?
I don't like the seltzer part of it.
The seltzer part of the because they have that malt flavor too, don't they? I mean, isn't there like a little aftertaste I've noticed with the seltzers?
I've only tried it like a couple times, and I just don't like the bubbles.
You don't like them? But you said you like Prosecco.
I know, that is good. No, that's different for me. When it's not out of a can.
Well, you just don't want to drink out of a can.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what it is.
You want that nice little wine glass.
I do.
Does your wine glass have to be glass, or will you take the acrylic ones?
It has to be glass.
Oh, even when you're outdoors?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry.
Oh, there it goes.
High end. Water for glass.
As Brendan Johnson said, you're a royal fan. So obviously it's got to have a Waterford glass when you drink your wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're so proper, Julia. I love it. I love it. Hey, when are you going to England again? When is that Great Britain trip?
Oh, okay. So you can learn more about my royal trip with Fox World Travel. Rose Gray is coming with. It's a royal tour August of next summer.
27.
Yeah, 2027. So we're going to London. Have you been to Harrods before?
I have never been to England.
Oh, wow. Libby, you should come. Seriously.
It sounds like an amazing trip.
Do you like jewelry?
Do I like jewelry? Is the Pope Catholic?
Exactly. I know. I saw your right ring. Very pretty. The royal jewels, I'm told, are unbelievable.
Oh,
yes.
I've seen photos. I would love to go and see those.
Yep,
we're
going to see
really
that,
would.
and then we'll see Stonehenge. We'll see all different types of things, medieval, everything.
And
It's really
tea.
fun.
Lots of tea.
Yes, we're going to a proper afternoon high tea.
Have you been practicing? I mean, have you gone to places like the Pfister for tea and places like that? Or gone to Chicago to some of the hotels?
Absolutely, yeah, my whole life.
Really? So what is it you like about tea in the afternoon?
Oh, it's very proper. It's relaxing. You can have finger sandwiches. There's a wait to get to the Blue Room, the Pfister, that tea. You can try different kinds and smell them. I like the English breakfast tea with a little bit of half and half.
And the little cucumber sandwiches.
Very good. I think they're really good.
Yeah, I think it's
refreshing.
Wonderful.
Refreshing.
And don't forget the macarons.
Oh, yeah. Those are very good, too.
Oh, the desserts. That's what I wait for.
Libby, you got to come.
It sounds like it's going to be great. I'm envious. Do you still have your crown here?
I do. Right here.
Well, let's get Julia's crown out. I just... Here. Oh,
It's
okay.
your scepter, and this is the crown. Please come. The Royal Tour. Go to foxworldtravel.com. There's still space. There's space for Libby and all of our listeners.
Julia Fellow, thanks for being here this morning. We'll have more with Julia after this.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Everywhere you turn, it's plus, plus, plus. Retail chains, streamers, even our phones come with plus. And to think it all started with Hasselus mattress, because nobody has more plus than us. Right now at Hasselus, get a Queen Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Elm Cove A mattress. Others sell it for $1,459, but Hasselus has it for just $794. Plus, through Monday, you'll also get a free adjustable base. Plus, a huge selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and other big name brands. Plus, free financing. Plus, free next day delivery and setup. Plus, free haul away and disposal of your old mattress. Plus, employee free showrooms. Get all this plus a whole lot more when you shop at Hasselus Mattress. Woo! All these pluses have me feeling nonplussed. Save big on Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, and more every day from 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
We're going to have a warm day today. It's going to get all the way up to 81 degrees. And I understand we've got a surprise guest coming in the next half hour. I'm not sure who that's going to be, but somebody is stopping in a little bit later on. Hey, you know what's going on this week, Julia, before we get to news? Our friends at Sharp Literacy are having their Unwrapped event, and it's going to be here at the Third Street
Market Hall.
Yeah, 3rd Street Market Hall. And that's Thursday night. They still have tickets available.
Oh, that's good. What is Unwrapped?
Oh, you don't know what Unwrapped is?
Tell me.
That's where they take McDonald's and they have all of these chefs. We had Kimberly Adams in to talk about it about a week ago. And she has been on all these Food Network shows. She's a pastry chef. And for example, she is taking a McDonald's turnover and turning it into like this really amazing apple creation shaped like an apple dessert. So they use the McDonald's ingredients, but then they make these really upscale, fancy foods from it.
What?
And then all of the proceeds for that go to Sharp Literacy to support their events, helping kids with STEM programs and things like that, especially in Waukesha County.
Oh, wow.
So, in Milwaukee and Waukesha counties. So that's going on Thursday night, and they just let me know they still have tickets available.
Good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
So we've got Julia Fellow here, and lots going on this morning, too, Julia.
Yes, Libby, thank you. A member of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers has died. Charlie Butch Moore was part of the franchise, one and only appearance in the World Series. A native of Birmingham, Moore was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame and Milwaukee Brewers Hall of Honor. NASCAR mourned the death of legendary driver Kyle Busch in this year's Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte last night. After being declared the winner of the race, Daniel Suarez wore a hat with Bush's number 8 on it and pointed to the sky. Kyle Busch died of complications of pneumonia last Thursday. It progressed into sepsis, according to his family. The second performance of a song that was banned from Watertown School District is postponed. Watertown High School Wind Symphony students were originally slated to perform A Mother of a Revolution at Minocqua Brewing Company at Madison's Tap Room Saturday. Owner Kirk Bangstad says tickets sold immediately, so he's rescheduling the performances for Thursday at the 900-seat Barrymore Theater. These community performances come after the Watertown School Board alleged the song celebrates violence. Let's take a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time safer traffic. I only see one thing just north of Menominee Falls, 4145 north, about 2 miles beyond the ramp from Lannon Road. The right shoulder is blocked because there is a disabled vehicle. Everything else looks clear. Here is your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Mostly sunny and warm throughout your day, a high of 81 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 60. Tomorrow, sunny and warm, a high of 85 degrees. Wednesday, a slight chance of showers and storms, but it's partly cloudy throughout the day. Mostly on Wednesday, a high of 73. Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 78. And Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 71 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is currently sunny and 73 degrees. I'm Julia Fellow, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:30.
Julia, you mentioned the Kyle Busch story. Did you by any chance watch the Indy 500 yesterday?
I did not.
Oh my gosh, what a finish. I mean, they're talking about, I think it was like 0.02 second.
Oh my.
It was the finish. And it was just the last lap around the track where this David Malukas, this kid's only like 24 years old. And it looked like he was going to win when another guy, Felix Rehnquist, who had been sort of the leader throughout much of the race, just zipped right past him. It was one of the most, and I'm not a big race car fan, but it was one of the most exciting finishes to any sport I've ever seen.
I hear when you're in the crowds and you have the cars whip by you, it is unbelievable.
Have you ever been to a car race?
I haven't. I've been to one, actually. Yes, I have.
They're very noisy.
Oh, yes.
And they keep going around in a circle and around and around and around. But I'll tell you, this was really, really a finish that I think is going to go down in the books because it was unbelievable. All right, we've got Julia Fellow here with us this morning on this Wisconsin Morning News Memorial Day edition. We're in for Vince and Eric. And coming up in just a couple of minutes, here we are. It's the unofficial start of summer. What do you like to do? Do you like to read? Well, we've got some suggestions of some books you might want to keep in mind. It's all ahead right here on WTMJ.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For those with a warm weather fashion passion, try St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores because that's where you'll find a vast array of men's, women's, girls, and boys' warm weather apparel at the friendliest prices. So many choices and at such a value. You can fill the closet without draining your wallet. Shop warm weather fashions at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, shop outdoor adventure deals like assorted Igloo coolers, 20% off. Assorted bags of grilling pellets or buy 2, get 1 free. And buy 3 Goodyear or Cooper tires, get 1 free. Save even more with consumer rebates. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Man, I love the taste of Mequon.
Yep, there's even a Port Washington State Bank.
What?
PWSB has a Mequon branch.
Burger with ranch?
No, PWSB has a Mequon branch.
Funny that.
Support Washington State Bank. We get you here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Amazon Business. Discover smart business buying, where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Welcome back. The final half hour of Wisconsin Morning News, the Memorial Day edition. I'm Libby Collins. You know, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things to do in the summer is relax with a good book. And joining us with some suggestions for some really great reads is Barbara Hagan. She's the Vice President of Marketing for Thrift Books. And Barbara, why are people drawn to books, especially at this time of year?
I think that summer has this natural escape. The days are longer and you feel like you have a little bit more time, maybe because the days are longer. You have some beach reads and some movies that are based on books coming out. And so it's just the whole environment of summer just feels like it begs for you to pick up a book and start reading.
Do books help reduce your stress?
Yes, absolutely. So books are a great way to just clear your mind and put your focus onto the story, immerse yourself into the world, and let some of the stressors of the day or of what's going on in your life at the moment, kind of put them in the back of your brain for a little bit and allow your brain to have some space to think about something else that is less stressful.
Well, you think about books a lot, Barbara, and I want to find out, what do you think are going to be this summer's hottest reads?
I think, the hottest reads really kind of depends on what you like as a reader. But there are some big hits coming out. So Book to Screen, which is like books that are made into either movies or streaming series, are really popular right now. And so some of the big ones coming out, The Odyssey, which is a book that many of us read back in high school, is being made into a movie this summer, coming out in theaters in July. So that has picked up in popularity as people are looking to kind of reread that book before the movie gets released. We saw that happen with Project Hail Mary when that came out in theaters in March, and a lot of people are still reading that book. And then there's some just good old classics like Frida McFadden, who's a very popular thriller writer. She has a new book coming out called The Divorce next week. And then another big popular book right now is Remarkably Bright Creatures, which has just started streaming on Netflix. So there's a lot to choose from right now. It's kind of exciting.
Do you find that people are disappointed if they read a book and then they see the movie and, for editing's sake, they have to take a lot out of the context of what you've already read?
Yeah, there's always that classic debate of which is better, the book or the movie. And I can argue it both ways. I think sometimes it's great to kind of read the book first and then see it come to life on the screen. And yes, you almost have the inside track when you've read the book first because you know all of the details that got cut from the movie. But then sometimes it's great to see maybe a movie that is based on a book that you never would have read, but the movie was really good and interesting, and so it makes you pick up a new genre of book and immerse yourself into it. So there's definitely pros and cons of both.
Is there some place where we can find out what books are going to be available this summer?
Absolutely. You can visit thriftbooks.com, and if you just go to the search bar and type in summer reads, we have a human curated list by different genres of the top reads coming out for this summer, top books for this summer. And so you can find the genre that you have passion for and pick a title from there or explore a new genre maybe that or something you didn't even know existed that was going to be hot this summer.
It's interesting that you said it's human curated.
Yes. So myself and my team, we put a lot of thought into creating these lists. We don't rely on algorithms out there. So we have put together what we think are going to be the top books based upon what we've read or maybe some of the media that we've heard about it, the author interviews that we've seen. So and looking at our own data, what we see is trending. So we put that list together literally by hand.
I know that you mentioned what some of the hot books are going to be that are also movies, but is there any particular book you personally are looking forward to reading?
Yes. So there's a book that has come out recently. It's called Yesteryear. I haven't started it yet, but it has a lot of great buzz, and people who've read it, who I know read it, loved it. It's about a modern day social media influencer who gets transported back to 1855. So her life is like completely different. One minute she's in 2026, the next minute she's in 1855. So I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing that and the juxtaposition of her life and what that looks like. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Almost sounds like Somewhere in Time.
Yes, it does.
Barbara Hagan, Vice President of Marketing for Thrift Books. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Libby. Have a great summer.
9:38, that's your time. We're up to 71 degrees already, and we're going to get all the way up to 81 today. Ooh, can't wait. This is definitely, I'm feeling like it's summer finally. Aren't you? All right, coming up, if you're looking for a place to take the kids for something really special to do, driving range. You don't have to go too far because we were talking about those gas prices a little bit earlier. We're going to tell you where you can go this weekend right after this.
Buying a home is like getting a nose job. This is David Wickert, President and the Maestro of Metaphor at AccuNet Mortgage, NMLS ID 255368, Equal Housing Lender. It's a new chapter and a new you waiting on the other side of the bathroom mirror. Everyone who loves you just wants to make sure it fits your face and doesn't make strangers rubberneck at the mall. That's where the AccuNet team will be your guide so that the new you is not a mortgage magic trick. That way, when you walk out of closing, it's exactly how you imagined. Get started by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. Refinancing your mortgage is like getting another nose job. This is David Wickert, President and the sommelier of Simile at AccuNet Mortgage, NMLS ID 255368, Equal Housing Lender. You really do like your new face. You just know that there's another nip and tuck that would bolster your confidence that much more. That's where the AccuNet team can help you again to tell you what's possible and whether or not now is the right time to go back under the knife. Because a refinance done right should help you go through life with just a little more breathing room. Get started by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
There's not a bad time to better insulate your home, but there is a better time, and it's right now. Vince Vitrano here just talked with Jeff from USA Insulation. Jeff says they always get busy in the fall and early winter as everyone's concerned about keeping their houses warm. But doing a project with USA Insulation does just as well to keep your house cooler in the summer months and saving you money on your electric bills. Tell Jeff Vinny told you want the government rebates and discounts that can save you thousands on your project. Get started at usainsulation.net.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment. And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder. Wow. Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
We had a lot of kites on the lakefront this past weekend, but if you missed your opportunity to see them, you got another one coming up this Saturday at the EAA in Oshkosh, and it's back after 10 years. To talk with us about it, it's Drew Stefani, and you've got Wings on Strings this Saturday. Tell me why it's been away for so long.
Yeah, this is the first time in more than 10 years that we're bringing back Wings on Strings, and it became kind of a logistical issue, but we've had a couple of roadblocks that came up, but the people have been asking for it for a while, and we're happy to bring it back this year.
Well, the interesting thing is you're actually letting people go out onto the runway to fly these kites.
Right. So when people come in, and I should clarify, this whole event, all the activities are free with museum admission. So just pay the regular admission and you can come in, you can build your kite here, and then you can go out on the runway, the grass runway at Pioneer Airport right behind the museum, and you can go out and fly your kite.
That sounds like so much fun. Now, do you have to buy a kite at the museum, or can you bring your own?
You can bring your own as well, but if you pay the regular museum admission, you will be able to get a free kit to build a kite right here. And we will have tables set up in a section of the museum so that you can build your kite and fly it the same day. But yeah, if you've got a nice kite sitting at home, you're welcome to bring that too.
Now, this is going to go all day on Saturday?
That's correct. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. we'll be flying.
Well, there's so much to do and to see at the EAA. And I have to congratulate you, Drew, because you've just been named 2026 Best Air Show.
That's right. Yeah, we won the USA Today 10 Best Reader's Choice Award, and we're grateful, and part of that comes from one of those words in that phrase, readers. It is a fan-voted award, and really gratifying for us to win that because, you know, our staff and our volunteers put a lot of hours into this, so it really pays off when we see those kind of awards come in.
Well, you may as well tell us when that big show is going to take place this summer.
Yep, this year it's going to be July 20th through the 26th. Mark your calendars.
And another thing that I just saw is you're expecting the British to come this year.
That's right. The British are coming. We've got the Red Arrows, the Royal Air Force team. They put on an incredible show. They're touring the U.S. this year, and their last stop on the U.S. leg of the tour is going to be right here in Oshkosh.
Now, these are the same folks that fly over Buckingham Palace, right?
That's correct. Yeah, they're famous for several fantastic air shows over in Europe and the UK, and they're bringing that same show here.
Drew, there's so much to do and see at EAA. And this Saturday, Wings on Strings coming back after more than a decade. And don't forget the big air show later on this summer. Drew Stefani from EAA, always great to have you here.
Thank you, Libby. It's always a pleasure.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
From TMJ4, I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with your Storm Team forecast. Mostly sunny and warm for our Memorial Day as temperatures top out in the low to mid 80s all across southeastern Wisconsin. We'll keep the sky mainly clear tonight as lows dip back to around 60 degrees and even warmer for our Tuesday with full sunshine expected. Highs may range from the mid 80s at the lakefront to the upper 80s farther west of Milwaukee.
And if you're taking the boat out today, Muskego right now is at 73 degrees. Elkhart Lake, you've got 74. Lake Geneva, 72. And it's 72 degrees at 9:45 on WTMJ. I promised you a surprise guest this morning. You'll hear who it is right after this.
Hey, John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin. Quite simply the best in the business. You got a shoulder that's not feeling great. Maybe it's an ankle or a knee. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin and their top-tier doctors can get you feeling how you deserve to feel. My wife, Michelle, had a back issue. OHOW put her in a great place. She's on the mend. She's feeling better. She's doing all the things that she wants to do. Start at the website, ohow.com, ohow.com. Request an appointment. Start your journey to feeling better with the best. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
Wet basements and foundation problems? For over 20 years, Accurate has been the Fix-It Show's trusted experts in foundation repair and waterproofing. Whether it's cracked walls, drain tile issues, or water in your basement, they've got you covered. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call Accurate Basement Repair today at 414-744-6900 or visit AccurateBasementRepair.com. They're not just good, they're accurate.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Bob Sorens is the reason Sorens Ford became home of the nice guys.
Sorens, Robert. He was a nice young man in my biology class. I remember one day we dissected frogs, and Mr. Sorens stayed late after class and sewed all the frogs' organs back into place.
Every Ford dealer offers the same factory rebates and low financing, but nobody has lower prices than Sorens. Buy your next vehicle from the nice guys. Sorens Ford on Capitol Drive in Brookfield. Visit SOERENS.com.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ. Stories of the outdoors of Wisconsin and beyond as we celebrate everything and recreation. This week, let's talk barbecue. It's summer in Wisconsin. It's hot out, hopefully. And we're all going to be grilling brats and burgers. Let's have some fun talking about barbecue with one of our great partners here at WTMJ. That's coming up.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle.
I can't believe on your day off, Vince Vitrano, that you've come back to the station to talk about something that is so important to you, and that's the UPAF Ride for the Arts next Sunday, May 31st. How important is this to you?
Well, let's clarify here, Libby. First of all, I've done you a great service by no, you're doing me the favor, and I appreciate it. And I'm serving as co-chair for this year's annual United Performing Arts Fund community campaign. Cecilia Gore from the Brewers Community Foundation is the other chair. And so this is my charge. This is what I signed up to do to help promote the performing arts, how important our fundraising efforts are through UPAF. We're trying to raise $9.5 million by August. And the Ride for the Arts presented by Miller Lite is one of the big components. It's a big chunk of that overall goal. And the other thing that's cool about it is it's our personal touch point with a lot of people who want to be involved with the campaign. So you're welcome, Libby.
All right, so let's talk about it. So how long do you have to sign up? If you want to ride next Sunday,
you can sign
what's
up right
the cutoff?
now. Right. I don't have a specific cutoff, but I do know that you can still sign up right now. I mean, I wouldn't push it. You either know you're coming or you're not. So let's go ahead and get you signed up if you want to come. If you want to bring the whole family, kids ride free. And that's thanks to a grant from the Brewers Community Foundation. So if mom and dad want to ride, or if you want to bring kids, your niece or nephew or whomever, kids ride free. And we want to thank the Brewers for making that possible. You can sign up as a team. You can sign a whole bunch of people up to be part of your team. You can ask people to contribute to your ride as another form of fundraising. So a lot of different options there. I would just tell you, upaf.org is the best spot to get started on that. Or if you want to go right to it, upafride.org. Or you can text the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, which is 855-616-1620. Text UPAF, and all the info will be there.
Now, do people dress up? I mean, is this like a celebration, a parade where you have a theme and you want to have some fun with your friends and family?
We get all different kinds, Libby. You get serious cyclists. Now, the route is 20 miles, and it goes over the Hone Bridge. And there are not a lot of opportunities for cyclists to do that. And so we attract people who are really bicycle riders, right? Cyclists. And some of them will do the route multiple times.
Wait, they do 20 miles more than once?
And then they'll go 20 on top of that, and you're free to do that. And then we also get people who might go a mile or whatever, and you have that opportunity.
So you don't have to do the whole route?
You do not. And there are various points along the route where you can check out. So maybe you want to go over the Hone and back and be done. Cool. Or if you want to go over the Hone and keep going on through the rest of the route, and you stop at one of our performance areas, and that's good enough for you, somebody comes to pick you up, that's fine too.
Wait, what's a performance area?
Okay, so United Performing Arts Fund is made up of a number of member groups. 6 of them are our cornerstone groups. Those are the bigs, Milwaukee Rep and Milwaukee Ballet and Dance Works and First Stage. And who am I missing? I'm missing the opera. What did I do? 5 there? Skylight Music Theater. Okay, so these are our cornerstone groups. There are many other member groups as well. Black Arts, MKE, Renaissance Theater Works, Next Act Theater. So all of our member groups, we got them working for us, and they will be at different points along the route. There'll be snacks and refreshments for those who need a break, and then also they will be doing performances that align with what they do.
Now, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be riding?
I will be more of a jester in some of the... No, I'm not.
Comic relief.
I decided not to ride just because I think I can be more useful, helping with organization, getting people off. And then we have a big event at the end of the ride as well. That's going to be at Meyer Festival Park, Summerfest grounds. We're all going to gather. We call it UPAF Fest. So whether you did a mile or you did 20 or 20 times 3 or 4, whatever, we want everybody to come together. And that's where we're going to have more performances and food and fun stuff and just really celebrate our vibrant arts culture.
Now, what if you don't ride a bike? Can you still support the Ride for the Arts?
100%. And so that's what I have. I have sort of this fundraising thing. So you sign up, you maybe kick off a team or I don't know what else to call it, but just you can participate in that way and then still be a part of the fun. But I will not go down there and compel you to ride, Libby. If you want to, we can help you out. And if this date doesn't work out or the ride is not your thing, upaf.org, we are taking just straight up cash money donations. And it's, as you know, we've talked about this, really, really important. Maybe you never go to a show yourself. It's not maybe your thing, but it's important to our economy and to our overall culture. Our headquarters is here for Good Karma Brands. We try to recruit talent, as many of our big companies do, from all over the country to come work here. And when you're selling Milwaukee, when you're selling a job here, it's not just about the job or the company. It's also you're trying to tell someone we want you to come live here. And so a vibrant performing arts culture is a really important piece of what is it like to live somewhere. And so maybe you go to a lot of shows or maybe you don't, but there's still a benefit for everyone in our community by supporting UPAF.
Well, I know it's a real passion project for you because your family is involved in the arts as well.
I have performance kids. I have theater kids who are now actual adults. But whether it was first stage when they were very young, toddlers, auditioning for shows, learning the courage to stand up in front of people and ply your trade, or my son ended up not being a performer so much. He doesn't like to be in front of people. Now, I don't know where he went wrong or where I went wrong, Libby. Everybody else in my family wants to be in front of everybody. But no, and he found his home in theater doing audio and sound design and was part of the musicals in the high school, putting microphones on all the performers and things like that. So you don't necessarily have to be someone who loves to sing and dance and stand up in front of people to be involved in the performing arts. 4,000 jobs in our community are part of the performing arts that are supported by UPAF. The vast majority of those are not people we see on stage. All kinds of different things.
Well, Vince, like I said, it's a passion project for you. And again, if you are interested in participating with the Ride for the Arts next Sunday, May 31st, let's give that text line again.
So let's do 855-616-1620 is the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. Text UPAF, UPAF, or just get started at upaf.org.
And so what are you doing for the rest of Memorial Day?
Hopefully there's some golf in here or some tennis or some other things.
Well, get out of the studio.
Outdoor, gorgeous, right?
Get out of the studio and go have a good time. Vince Vetrano, you'll be back tomorrow morning.
Yeah, thank you, Libby.
Although we celebrate today as the first holiday of summer, Memorial Day is a solemn occasion to honor and remember U.S. military personnel who gave their lives in service. And we observe it through ceremonies, symbolic gestures, and heartfelt tributes. You know, there are a number of different ways to honor the fallen. Remember to fly your flag at half staff until noon and then raise it to full staff after that. You can visit the veteran sections of any ceremony. You can stop by the field of flags on the lakefront. You can attend your local ceremonies or parades that we've been sharing with you this morning. But hopefully, regardless of where you are, you will take a moment at some point today to reflect on the meaning of Memorial Day and the men and women who gave their lives in service to our country. And remember, set your alarm to observe the national moment of remembrance at 3 o'clock this afternoon with a minute of silence. Or you can participate in Taps Across America, where if you play a musical instrument, you'll play those 24 notes of taps at 3 o'clock. Thank you to all who have served, and God bless America. I'm Libby Collins. Thank you for joining us today. Stick around. It'll be news next with Julia Fellow, followed by the Salute to Service special on WTMJ.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with the new LiftMaster or